everyone, sports fans around the world, boys and girls. It is episode 105. It is February 15th, 2024, National Gumdrop Day. Happy National Gumdrop Day to everybody. I'm AK, your co-host. It's J-By, Dylon. And do we have a treat today? A very special guest, nay, a legend. We have our
The
very
people's
own
player.
Club Hubs. Do what?
The people's player.
The champion of the people. The people's champion has already been. It was the champion of the people. We're going with that. We have none other than Mark Hubbard, Club Hubs, Homeless Hubs. I can't wait to hear about that. Champion of the people. There he is, ladies and gentlemen. Yo soy fiesta. All right. Welcome to the show.
You guys flatter me. Thanks for having me on. Cheers.
We
Yes.
can officially get media credentials now. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, if my older brother has them, you guys are a shoo-in.
I don't know
He has
if
a
you
show,
probably
right?
haven't listened to our show at all, but we actually tried to get media credentials for the waste management, and they responded back to us, have you had a PGA Tour player on your podcast yet?
I'm a week late. I'm sorry,
We
guys.
said no, but we've had NFL players. Does that count?
Yeah.
One that claims he's a 6.1 index. They said no, but then they gave us a list of all the agents and managers. We're just like, let's just hit up Hubs.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
hindsight, you could have just gone to any entry point there and hopped the fence like everybody else. And you would have gotten in
my. So champion of the people, rocket arm. We saw that on display at the Waste Management. Absolute howitzer to the upper deck. That was incredible. Tell us about that. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I still haven't gotten my call from the Waltons and Sean Payton, so I'm still waiting. But I got a little bit of an arm. My old caddy back in the day, he could really sling it. So we used to have contests all the time. You know, in our practice rounds, we'd go to the front tee on some of the signature par threes and have throwing contests. So the longest one I ever had was from the front tee at Wells Fargo on 17. It was 111 to the front edge, and I threw it off the railroad ties. So that was like a 109. So that was pretty good. I won't mention that he one hopped it into the backwater, which was about 143. So
Wow.
he had me beat by a long shot, but I got it pretty good.
A golf ball?
Yeah, a golf ball.
Holy moly.
That's humming it.
My
Yeah.
rotator cuff hurts just even thinking about it.
Yeah, so when you do get your media credentials, you'll see me on the range when I'm bored, just hucking balls at the range.
There he is. He's just getting loose there, folks. He's getting don't worry about it.
He's warming up, guys. Yeah.
And then also the snail putter. I saw that there was a snail putter that was.
Yeah, I mean the snail putt only comes out when things are going real sideways. So
Okay.
as fun as it is, it usually means I am not making the damn cut. So
We don't.
What
saw
a
the hat.
reference.
Most people
What a
can't see it.
reference.
It came up.
Well, it looks like just letters sitting on your head because it's camouflage.
So you're 6 feet tall. That's pretty cool.
yeah, I guess I'm short in my family. My brother is my older brother's 6'4". My actually youngest brother is now 6'2". I think he's still growing. My dad was like 6'5", almost 6'6". So that there went my basketball genes when he married my mom, who's 5'2", and that's why I play golf.
I saw that you
Good
did play.
trade-off.
I saw you did play like you were all state in basketball, right?
Yeah, I could shoot a little bit. I mean, it was in Colorado. It's not exactly a powerhouse. But yeah, I looked at a few schools that I could play both golf and basketball, but obviously was not going to the NBA. So that was kind of I always say that was the first grown-up decision I made, was not doing that and going to play a sport I could actually have a future in, as well as a life, not playing two sports.
So when people think of Colorado, do you, I guess growing up as you were playing all the time, did you have to deal with that? Courses were only open for 6 or 7 months of the year, and then they're closed because of the weather?
I mean, it's more sporadic than that, you know, like I have plenty of days in December and January where I'll ski in the morning and come down and play golf in the afternoon. Like we get 300 days of sunshine. Denver doesn't get nearly as much snow as people think it does, just because it's more on the plains than the actual Rockies. So we did get to play year round, if you will, but it was just really sporadic and then you also, you get a random snowstorm in April. So it was challenging, but honestly, I loved it. Like my burnout rate, which I know is a surprise since I played 39 fucking events last year. But my burnout rate is relatively high. And so growing up, being able to play other sports, I was a big skier and played basketball and just hang out with my friends. Like, I think it actually helped me in the long run. Doing what I am now, having to play as much as I did. Like, I think if I had started this journey doing that when I was 11, I think I would have called it quits a long time ago.
Wow. And I saw the skiing stuff, like hella skiing. Can you enlighten me on what
Like
hella
Black Diamond?
So after my senior year of high school, I had two buddies who were ahead of me, and they just went and did ski patrol in Steamboat. And so I would just go up there and ski with them backcountry. But basically, you just, as opposed to taking a chairlift, they just kind of fly you in a helicopter to like a part of the mountain that's not really like on the ski slope, and then you kind of drop in from there. So honestly, I hate heights. So the scariest part is the helicopter, but the drop is like easy. It's just, it's dropping off like a little, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 foot drop. It's not a big deal, but I'm not a fan of helicopters, especially nowadays after Kobe and RIP and
RIP.
I think probably
golly, dude.
it is funny because I definitely, I love skiing. I still ski a lot. And I think relative to the tour, like, I mean, I know Ricky Barnes skis a lot. I know Charlie does, and there's probably some Europeans, but I got to think I'm top 5 on tour and maybe the best. But then compared to my friends, like, I'm the worst skier out of my group. So
is there like ski retreats instead of golfing with the boys, or do you do golfing with the boys, or do you go on ski retreats, or both?
Yeah, I mean, definitely nowadays, like if we have weeks off or going on vacation, it's definitely not going to be a golf trip. The only golf trip I might do is Baker's Bay with my brother. That's awesome. But most of the time, honestly, my wife's gotten into it a ton. So she's from Sacramento. So we'll go up to Tahoe a lot, drop the kids off with the in-laws and go up there and cruise.
Smart.
Awesome. So yeah, we, right before COVID, before we started having kids, we went over and did the Alps in Switzerland and stuff. So that was awesome. So that's definitely, if we need a getaway, it's the snow.
Wow. And that's like the opposite of like our group. Like when we all get together, it's like we're going golfing. That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And you're always like, for somebody like you, it's like, what do they? Wait a minute, when they do like bachelor parties or getaways, it's not golf. That's
I mean, I still enjoy it. Like, it's almost a different. I can compartmentalize it. It's almost two different sports to me. Like casual, fun golf, have a few beers, listen to music, versus playing tournaments. It really is two different sports, and I can still enjoy, going out with buddies and playing because of that, because I feel like I actually get to enjoy the game and the sport and kind of remember why I loved it in the first place versus just grinding so hard all the time. So I still enjoy it, but yeah, I mean, there's other stuff I like to do more on my off weeks for sure.
Yes.
Now, when you say ski, do you actually ski or do you snowboard?
No, I ski. I'm a terrible snowboarder. I've snowboarded probably like 10 times in my life, but I'm like a 25, 30 handicap snowboarder. I just spend the whole day on my ass. So
that just crushed Dylon, by the way. He's a snowboarder. He's a snowboarder.
I mean, yeah, good for you. I mean, I'm teaching my daughter right now to ski for the first time. And we always have like mixed thoughts on that, what we'd want her to do. But I think it'd be pretty cool if she started snowboarding just for something different.
Well, we all went to App State, and you could take snowboarding as a PE. So I got to take it for 2 years.
Hell yeah.
Because he failed the first time, but
you just had to show up. Yeah.
Oh, so from you're big. So the Super Bowl just happened. You're Denver guy, right?
Yeah.
Let's ride.
Yeah, big time. And my wife is a big Niners fan, so that was a very painful Super Bowl loss in many ways.
Did you go?
God, I hate the Chiefs. Oh, there you go. Bang, bang. Yep. Sorry about. No, we didn't go. We were still in Scottsdale. But yeah, God, I hate the Chiefs right now. It's so brutal.
Tell me about it. I'm a Bills fan.
Yeah. And it's not getting any easier for us too. We got Hubbard with the Chargers now. Like, the Raiders aren't good, but we've lost to them 8 straight times. Like, jump off a brick. Like, it's really bad right now. I'm pretty frustrated about all of it.
I saw your tweet. You're like, yeah, well, Kansas City doesn't have a basketball team, so
we still got the Nugs. We still got the Avs. So I just gotta.
Oh, the Avs, yes.
Yeah,
We love
yeah. I
hockey.
mean, like I'm big on all Colorado teams. I definitely would say I bleed orange and blue the most. So my heart's definitely a little broken right now over the last couple seasons. But yeah, I mean, I love Joker and Murray. They're super fun to watch. We've got a lot of good pieces. And then I grew up with going to Avs season ticket games. I mean, back in the heyday when we had Patrick Waugh and Sakic and Forsberg. I mean, it was Ray Bork. It was awesome growing up with them. So definitely always love my Avs.
Not too bad now either.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
great now. They're fun to watch, man.
I
They're
gotta
so
ask this though, because you do currently live in Texas, am I right? So
Yeah.
our guy Tex here claims to be a Texas guy.
Big Texas guy. See, you got the
You won't say stop
got
Texas.
the hog skull right there, some deer
Yeah.
antlers, got the guns in
love
the
it.
background. Look at that. See,
So the question is Texas back?
Mm.
Yeah.
No, yes.
not a Texas guy.
There it
There
is.
is dream.
Stamped it.
I'm not a Texas guy. I live here. I like the taxes. It's been fun, but yeah, I definitely would not say I'm a Texas guy.
College football, though. Do you have a team?
Mm.
Oh yeah, dude, San Jose State were so good.
Yes,
the
the
best.
Spartans.
Hey,
They have been
God,
good this
baby.
past few years.
Yeah, I mean we're fine. It's kind of just like a rotating cycle. We have a good year every 4 or 5 years. We get a good coach in, he recruits some players, they develop, and then he gets a better job somewhere else, and then we suck for 4 or 5 years, and the cycle repeats. But yeah, I mean, it was fun going to games, but I would say that's like my one regret is not going to a school that had better college football, especially living here now. Like, most of the guys don't even play. Like I belong to a couple of clubs that have pretty good money games, and they don't even play on Saturday when it's college football. And I'm the opposite. I'm like, I want to play Saturday because I want to watch the Broncos on Sunday. I don't give a shit. So yeah, I wish I had someone to pull for. We tried when we first moved here. A lot of our friends are Aggies, and like we tried to hop on that train, but we ended up just rooting against them more than for them. So,
Did you see the App State game? Whenever we beat them down there,
no,
we beat them down in College Station a couple.
It doesn't surprise me. They play to their opponent for sure.
Jimbo Fisher, though.
Whoa.
San Jose State was the same way. We'd like beat Stanford and then we'd lose to like UC Davis. And it's like, okay, cool, whatever.
All right, we're gonna get into. I went to Colorado one time. I hit a golf ball. It added like 30 yards to every single shot I have. That had to be an adjustment coming from up there.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, growing up, like our state championship my senior year was in Steamboat. I think it was at like 8,000 feet. So you're hitting I was hitting 7 iron, 210, 220 yards.
Makes you
And
feel
then
good.
I go to San Jose State, and it's the Bay Area. You get those cold, like San Francisco mornings with the mist and stuff. And you're hitting 7 iron, 135 yards. You're like, why the fuck did I come here? This is horrible.
just your classic 100-yard club difference there. No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and to like your point, like with the snow and the tough seasons, like I think if anything, that was more of an adjustment, the altitude change. Like you really could play, off and on year round. But I think that's more so why Colorado gets less credit in the golf world is just the elevation. Ball goes so far. I think people don't take the courses there seriously.
Oh, it was flying. I mean, not that I was hitting it well or anything, but I was just like, wait a minute, what's going on?
Yeah.
It's
the
so flat.
Tops still go the same distance. You got to get it in the air to get the elevation.
Yeah. His little stingers are just barely getting off the ground.
Ones that are just like, I'm like, wow, that's cutting 30 yards farther. No, dude, you suck. Still.
AK has gotten better. He used to line up at one he would line up to the left fairway, and it would go over the trees to that fairway and then come all the way back to the fairway he was actually hitting it on. I'm just like,
Yeah,
He hit the true Caddyshack slice.
I got a buddy.
Boomerang
like
back.
The further you aim left, the more it's slicing. You just can't. There's no answer.
he hit it in the middle of the
fade.
fairway though.
Isn't that what's
It ended
called?
in the. He knew his
Know
game.
your game. Yeah, know your game.
Got to play it. Play your game.
So how we met was I'm sure you remember this. This was one of the most iconic things I've ever. I remember watching it we were out there I was with Tex. We were up at our parents' house, and it was like a year ago, and you hit a shot and hold out from a greenside bunker on a par 3, and that was what ensued after that was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in professional sports.
Probably
I
the
was like,
most
that guy-
iconic moment.
That guy is awesome. We got to. I want to make a shirt or something. So we commented in under nuclear golf or something. I think I said hashtag Hubbard, and here we go. There it is, man. Look, zoom in on where it's
So
circled.
awesome. Hell
And it's got-
yeah.
Instead of
Yeah,
where the
and
two would be.
That is so good. Fuck yeah.
Hubbard.
We'll have to get you
We're gonna
one.
have to get you one of those.
Absolutely. I would
It's
rock
a one
that.
of a kind. Yeah. Afterwards, you just send it. We'll ship it to you. So it was one of a kind. We made it today.
Well, and that's how I knew I liked you guys. Is you actually you knew what was going on. You'd be surprised. Well, probably not, but you'd be surprised how many people thought I was being serious and was just like, "Wow, this guy's an asshole." And it's like clearly I was just having fun with my boy who was on the back.
Well, look, I'm sure there was a conversation. It was like, "No way, dude. There's not a chance. Hell, you're making this." And you're like, "Watch this." It had to be something.
No, so
sure.
yeah, so it was my agent was on the bag that week. I was in between caddies, and so he was looping for me, and he's caddied enough before. He actually did that before he was an agent, so it's not like he's some schmuck on the bag or anything. But we got the carry number over the bunker and the pin messed up. So the pin was like 205, but it was like 193 to cover the bunker. And in my head, from what he said to me, it was 193 to the pin. So I just flagged the shot right at the pin and I'm posing. And of course it comes up like 15 yards short because I'm playing the wrong number. I looked at him. I'm like, you said it was 193. There's no way that 6-iron only went 180, 1 yards or whatever. And he's like, no, it's 193 cover, 205 pin. I'm like, so I was just, I was pissed, but it was a little bit on both of us. Like it was just bad communication with your guy. But, I'm like jokingly giving him shit the whole way up there. And then, of course, I hold it. And immediately it was just like, yeah, fuck you.
Yes. And it was, gosh,
Yeah,
dude, I remember I was laughing so
We need to
hard.
clear the bunker.
Yeah.
Congratulatory.
Hit it right where I was.
bird.
Hey, that was part of the plan. You knew. Hey,
It
it's a
looked
strong
better.
sand game. Being from Colorado, I did have to ask two questions: Coors Light or Coors, or neither?
I drink pretty much exclusively Coors Original, the Yellow Bellies, when the Broncos are
Yeah.
playing. That's like
Hell
one
yeah.
of
Beer.
my big superstitions. And I sort of it's gotten worse as I get older. I sort of start to panic if I can't find them. Like if I'm in some town and I can't find the little stubbies, I'm like, oh, well, we're going to lose for sure.
Do you like the twist tops?
No, the little stubbies that are like the little kind of barrel
the
can,
8
barrel
ounces.
bottles.
Oh,
They're like that big,
yes.
yeah. Gotta be the little bottles.
Is
I
it
probably have more superstitions with the Broncos than I do for golf. So
As you should.
Yeah. We're all the same way, man. Like I
Yeah.
wear the same outfit every Sunday for the Niners. I used to wear it different. I used to wear cargo shorts that were camouflage and Air Force Ones. And then I got married and my wife was like, "You're not wearing that anymore."
Yeah.
So
Yeah, marriage is definitely the end of cargo shorts. Not that I had any to begin with, but I appreciate that for sure.
and then
Let's get into some of the family kid questions.
okay, I had
Yeah,
one more.
yeah.
Rocky Mountain oysters, are those real?
Yeah, those are real. I mean, I don't know why you'd ever want them, but
Okay, I was gonna ask.
if you want to find them, you can find them
Okay.
for sure.
So we
All
have
right.
a thing with the Coors beers in my family. We call it Rocky Mountain Water.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain water. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Is that a
I
thing?
mean, we
also?
drank a shit ton of Coors Light in college, which is weird because we barely drank Coors or Coors Light at all when I lived there. We were more on the Natty Light train just because it was
Oh,
cheaper.
yeah. High
And then you had
school's
the
nice.
Natty
Oh,
Ice that was
dude.
like 6% for
I'm
beer
a-
bongs.
Natty Daddies.
Yeah, oh
Natty
yeah,
Ice.
dude, those were heavy. But yeah, in college we drank
Brutal.
a ton of Coors Light, so the mountains were blue at San Jose State for sure.
Yeah, that was back whenever they used to. What was the thing? I know the mountains used to turn blue. That was one of the coolest
Yeah, when it
things.
was cold.
Yes. All right. So we have an icebreaker question, but we wanted to run some hashtags by you first. So we got Club Hubs. That's at the top of the list. Try to get the fan base. We're pumping up everything. Hype machine for Club Hubs. We also have Make Love in this Hubs. The Hubbard. Huh?
The Hubbard.
and the
What's
I
hot
like the Hubbard.
the Hot Hubs time machine.
Ooh, I like that one a lot too. That's creative. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely a big fan of the Hubbard.
Yes.
I need that. I need like a little logo for that.
Oh.
I could probably get True Links to do something like that up there. But yeah, the Hot Hub time machine is pretty good.
We'll throw some of that on Twitter during the
What
rounds
about-
and stuff.
What about Indian in the Hubbard?
Ooh,
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's too easy because it's just like old Mother Hubbard in the cupboard. It's like that's kind of a layup. But I
We
do
don't-
like.
We don't want him. We don't want him to get canceled either by talking about
Yeah,
Indians, so.
yeah, that's true. I didn't even. I mean, and I will. You see, I didn't even think about that.
You can put the Guardian in the
Right over-
Hubbard.
Yeah.
so we're just hub step, hub step,
Hub
dub
step.
step.
Yeah, there's a Tyson Alexander's caddy calls me hubcap out there. I like that one.
Mm.
That's nice. I like that. And you have to
Is
say
that
no
because
cap.
the wheels are always falling off, or
I don't. He just started. Maybe
Oh.
I'll have to ask him. I like it a lot less if that's why.
You should ask him. All right, we're gonna do a water cooler debate. We do a water cooler debate every Wednesday or Thursday show, whatever it is. And basically, what we do is we just pick a topic that's kind of can go a lot of different ways. And I'm sure you saw it. It's this week's question is the GOAT type of club, and so we're gonna go first and do this to kind of break
got
the
the
ice
music?
here. But I got to. Oh yeah, we got to do. Do you have the segment music, J-Vi?
Yeah.
You serious?
Oh my God, you're an idiot.
Are you kidding me?
Okay, but first, the dad joke. What kind of farm equipment do you use to get crops in shape?
tractor
No.
pulls?
No, a protractor.
Gosh.
Great.
Yes.
Don't laugh, dude. Don't. You
Geometry
just build
joke,
his
that's
ego up.
cute. Yeah.
All right. So the water cooler debate question is GOAT type of club, and we're gonna do a few. And if you want to jump in after one or two of us goes, so you can see where this goes. I don't know how you were thinking, but how our minds work. You're about to find out. Who wants to go first, J-Vi?
I mean, I can go first because I think I can talk about this now. It's 9:45. Wife's probably asleep, so I had a secondary answer in case we got to it earlier. But I'm gonna go Club 11 in Miami. Favorite club by far.
Oh,
no. Okay.
Not expecting that.
Here's mine. I'm going to go next. I'm going to say the GOAT type of club is the 500 club when you get in high school, when you bench like 225, squat like 300, deadlift a couple hundred. Once you get past the 500 club and you get the t-shirt, that's the GOAT type of club. There's no better feeling than having your name up on the whiteboard in the locker room.
No, man. It's when you were a kid and you were in the Toys R Us Jeffrey Club.
Ooh.
On your birthday, you get that $10 gift card and a call from Jeffrey wishing you a happy birthday.
Forgot about
R.I.P.
the call.
Toys R Us.
Yes. Toys R Us. You want to jump in here? You feel like you're ready? Did you have a
Yeah, I would say Mile High Club. Still chasing it. But in my mind, I don't think that's ever happening on a crappy commercial airline. So I know if I'm achieving that club, it's probably because I'm got my own plane or flying private somewhere nice. So
Yes.
That's a
oh
good
yeah,
answer.
you just won the Masters. We know what's happening after that.
yeah, hell yeah.
Let's go. Get your green jacket. I wore it for good luck.
Do you want me to turn my camera around so you can see the look my wife is giving me? He was in the kitchen doing what, and I just hear popping out of it.
Golf
It's
clap.
just,
Like
it's just for
Chubbs-
fun.
like
It's just a
Chubbs from
joke.
Happy Go. Oh my
Or
god!
the same one we would all get. Tex, do you have one?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you go to any restaurant, the turkey bacon club.
Whoa.
Jesus.
There
I
you
knew he
go.
was going to say
Yeah.
food.
Yep,
I knew a sandwich was going to get in there somehow.
Yep.
But
any
I-
restaurant.
I had a club at my course
See?
today. It was
See?
amazing.
It's a good lunch. It's a good lunch meal for the golf course.
I
Which
do.
we-
I 99% of the time I end up taking out the middle piece of bread though. It's so unnecessary.
Yes.
Which that's carb cutting. That's keto.
Well, but it's just like, I mean, I guess if you have really good, nice toasted bread, you get that crunch in the middle. But most of the time, like with the mayonnaise and all the toppings and tomato and stuff like that, it just ends up getting soggy anyways. So you take that out and then you just got like a really hearty sandwich.
That's a good idea. That's a pro tip. It's the Big Mac does the middle. I've never had a Big Mac, I don't think, ever in my life. But
Yeah, I'm a double quarter pounder guy myself.
there you go.
Butch, you got one?
You?
Dilly. I want to say we get together, boys out there on the course. You finish it, get there, club soda.
It's a good one. So we got drink, we got
Is that
food,
what you just said?
a plane,
The
A bar.
weightlifting and
Wait,
Toys R
yeah.
Us.
You would pick weightlifting.
Hey,
AK was our punter at App State, and he had the bench record. So take that for what it's
Oh.
worth.
I was a punter. The punter was Sam Martin, who punted. He punted for the Broncos.
Hey, do you know
Who
Sam?
was the? I thought it came up as placeholder. Was that you?
No, I was place kicker.
Okay.
I was
the
basically
kicker.
placeholder.
Okay.
But yeah, one of our buddies punted for the Broncos for a few. What was it? 3 years?
I think just 2.
Apparently, apparently our punter right now is a really good stick. I've played a little bit with Will Lutz, our kicker, and he's pretty good. And he was, excited but a little bummed to leave New Orleans, but he's been loving life there because him and a couple of the guys are golfing nonstop. So
McManus has a good stick.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Willie Lugnuts. That's what we call Will Lutz.
I call him Big Nuts Lutz when I'm cheering.
Same thing.
Honestly, I might be the only person to have a kicker's jersey. So
No, we do.
Ooh.
who?
Yeah.
We got Sam Martin's jersey. We played with him at App. He played
Love him.
Detroit, Denver, and Bill. He's with the Bills now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. He can swing it too. That was one of my questions. I'm like, man, we got to get all these athletes together and do like you could smoke all those dudes. There's no question about it.
Well, yeah, he's a professional golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
would love to see it.
I've also tried to kick a 30-yard field goal. It's not great. Like,
Yeah, right. It's the exact same. That's what they used to tell me. They're like, it's just like playing golf. And at the time, I didn't play golf. So I'm like, I don't play golf. So it didn't make sense to me. But
Does it make sense
mentally,
now?
it's the same.
yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff that translates. Like my old coach used to always talk to me about like with footwork and loading and unloading force. It's a lot like pitching. Like you would think like, oh, it's the golf swing and the batting swing are alike, but like actually really like the hip movement and kind of loading and unloading is a lot more like throwing a ball, which is why I think you see a lot of quarterbacks are pretty good golfers too.
And hockey too. The hockey players are usually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think from them, their motion, they're down on the ground, they're staying low to it. Like baseball, you're just like you're driving so high, and so that's why you see those guys pound the ball but hit it miles right.
Mhm.
Yes.
Whereas like hockey, I can see you're still you're getting low with that right shoulder. So
You have a question, Butch?
No, he's saying that that's what he does.
Oh, I was like, what are you raising your hand for? All right.
yeah, I thought you had a question too.
I'm saying I'm that baseball guy
Okay.
that hits the golf ball way right.
Yeah.
All right. Now we have 3 segments of questions we're going to get into: the DADditude Era, golfing with the boys, and then some pro questions that probably really aren't pro that you would expect. More like our dumb golf brains being like, well, what about this? So we're gonna hit some segue music here. J-Vi, you got it pulled up?
Of course.
Hey, there we go. Okay, DADditude Era. This is basically we're all dads here. We're kind of in the same walk of life. 30s.
That's why the
kids.
other 2 were late. They're still
Yeah.
trying.
Tex
I
has
figured.
5
I
kids.
figured. I got
got
to put
5
the
down
easy
there.
one down tonight. So
Nice.
All right. I'll lead it off because this just happened. I want to know the appropriate percentage of candy that is withheld from you because on the holidays, because whenever they get candy for Valentine's Day, Christmas, Easter, whatever the case may be, I'm always snagging probably at least 10%.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a percentage. I think you're just allowed to take the types of candy that you want. So like, I'm not a huge candy guy, but I love like Sour Patch Kids. So if like whether it's 5 or 100, I'm taking all the Sour Patch Kids out of the assorted bag. Like, I'm the only one getting Sour Patch Kids. Like, so I think 10% is probably pretty good if I had to put a percentage. But yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's more about what kind of candy. Like, they can have all the chocolate and stuff they want.
Do you just hoard it in like a special stash?
No, yeah, no one's seeing that.
How old are your kids?
1 and 3. So we just this year was like the first for our eldest, kind of the first like where she was into Halloween. And we were in Mexico for it, so get kind of the full trick-or-treating experience. But we dressed.
Was she
up
Nacho Libre?
No, she was Miguel from Coco.
Oh yes,
Dia de los Muertos, dude.
yes.
Oh,
that.
yes.
Yeah.
Even with the red hood on there.
Oh yeah, she went all
I like
out.
that movie.
Yeah, she
movie.
loved
That's a
it.
good movie.
That movie's sick. She's like super into guitar now and just goes around strumming it, singing the songs. It's awesome.
Nice.
Goes into
Nothing
my
better
question. Does she watch Bluey?
Oh yeah.
All right, good. Every parent knows Bluey. So, serious question. How unrealistic is it when you watch that, or the unrealistic expectations that it puts on parents of shaming us for all the things we don't do with our kids?
Yeah. Have you seen them ever go to work?
No.
Like they're just with their kids all the time. Like as far as we know,
Their
those
episodes
are
are
actually two
putting
nannies.
off
Those aren't even
work.
their parents.
Hey, it's based on
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, right?
It's just they have a lot of weekends, man.
Hey, I'll say this though. I'm in the similar age as you. We got a 3-year-old and a 6-month-old, but like the amount of games that I've been able to pull from Bluey to entertain my 3-year-old, I mean, it saved me. It saved me a few days.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think you're both right. I think it is a great show, but I think if you go into it thinking like, oh, I need to be this parent, you're going to be sad because it's impossible.
Yeah.
And no one has that much patience. They're the most patient, but they're that's
That's
what
a dog.
They're dogs. Like, doesn't matter what you do to a dog, it's always going to come back and love you. And they're the same parents.
That's a good point.
Again, unrealistic. Yeah.
How about this? So, you travel a lot for work, obviously. You're gone a lot. Say you're home for a weekend. You let the wife go out with her girls, with her friends, and you're home with the kids by yourself. What's for dinner?
I mean, we're probably realistically, we're probably DoorDashing something. I do like to cook, but yeah, I mean, God, 2 is a lot harder than 1. I don't know how she does it all the time. And then to have to cook a meal at the end of the day while entertaining them. And it's also it's doable, but then you're just plopping them in front of the TV. And so I rather, DoorDash something, have it just come and then, get to spend an extra hour or 2 with them. So
Smart man.
And you can only eat so many Sour Patch Kids.
Exactly.
I did that today. I went to Chick-fil-A and I'm like, chicken nuggets have got to be for a golf analogy, hey, just put this one in the fairway. Just hit it down the middle.
Yeah.
Get your chicken nuggets. All the kids like chicken nuggets.
That's my low-T bunt driver. Just little cut every time. It's fine.
Boom, chicken nuggets. A chicken nugget's like running the ball in football. It's just like run the ball. Run it on first down.
Give me 3 yards. That's all we need.
Yeah. Tex.
Okay. So being a parent, you know that sometimes you just need to give your wife a break every now and again. And one of the ways that I do that in the mornings is I'll go out and do an early morning walk, or I used to run a lot, and I'd put a backpack on and do those things. Or whenever we go to the beach, I'll strap a kid to my back and go fishing with them on my back early in the morning because they're up early because it's vacation. The schedule's all screwed up. But do you think that you could golf with a toddler on your back for 18 holes?
I mean, honestly, I think probably not. I think I hunch over too much in my swing, and so they would be too kind of flat, and like the blood would just rush to their head too much. So I'm gonna go with no. My eldest is pretty big too. She's tall, and man, she has too much energy to just stay in one place. So I think honestly, she has a better chance of carrying me around for 18 holes than the other way.
Dude, I'll never forget. I go down to the beach and there's Tex and my nephew's asleep, and there's Tex just ripping casts and knee deep in the water, and I'm like, "What are you doing?"
Waves are crashing up over my chest. I'm like, "He's asleep. He doesn't care."
That is amazing.
You get to number 5, and it's like, "Yeah, he'll be fine."
Yep, he'll be fine.
Butch, do you have a question?
What are your you said 3-year-old? It's a daughter. Is that correct?
Yeah, 2 daughters, 3 and 1.
Oh, 2 daughters. All right,
Yeah.
nice. What are they getting into? Like, are they like interested in golf, or do they? I mean, what do they have that they like doing, like outside of everything that you observe?
Yeah, I mean, we have a little set that she'll go in the back, just like the little plastic ones, the little plastic ball that she'll go out and whack it around. She's into it, and she like definitely gets that it's my job, and will ask me about it and ask to go to the course with me and stuff. So she's into it, but I mean, she's more into a lot of unicorn stuff, a lot of princess stuff, a lot of rainbow stuff. She's, like I said, she's really gotten into the guitar, and she's got like a little mini piano that she grinds on. And she loves to like color and draw. So I definitely, I think she's got a lot of athletic ability naturally. Like her mom, is a good athlete too. Like I'm semi-athletic. And like her mom swam in college. She's a way better athlete than me. Yeah. But I think, I think she will have that road if she wants to go down it. But I honestly see her getting into something either artsy or musical. Just how much she loves music and how much she loves to draw.
Love that.
So will she follow in your brother's footsteps on the line?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Florida Georgia line.
What's that?
Like FGL?
Florida Georgia line. He's talking about Tyler Hubbard.
Well, so my older brother was in a band, and he's like big in the music industry. So I thought you were just asking about him, but yeah, no, Tyler Hubbard. I don't know, maybe. I mean, we're in Texas now. So
there you go. What phase is?
Right now she's more into Moana, but I'll get her into Tyler.
That was my next question.
Make way,
the princess phase. I mean, where are you at in the
Moana 2 is coming out in November. I think I'm more excited than she is.
Really? I didn't know that. Wow.
That movie
yes, dude.
Hey.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna make a live action remake of it too.
Yeah, those go
with The Rock.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
If The Rock was actually Maui, that would be pretty sweet.
That would be sweet.
Rock is Maui. I've seen the trailers or whatever that they're doing early. So yeah, I have an 8-year-old and a 14-year-old, both girls. So you're in for it, buddy.
Yeah, my older brother's got a freshman in college, one about to go next year, both girls. So I've watched him go through it, and I'm not looking forward to those days. And he's got awesome kids, and I'm still like, man, just stay young, please stay young.
Yeah,
forever. Don't ever leave.
Yeah,
stay here as long as you can.
Yeah. Hey, don't ever say that you're not an athlete, because I read a study about they did this testing on NFL players, but they just said athletes, that most athletes have girls because of how much they work out and how much they run and sweat. Their nads get too hot and kill off all the male sperm, so that's why they have females. So
interesting.
Athlete.
All right.
Yeah, Dave. I feel like that's scientific.
Yeah,
look it up. You can Google it.
Have you?
It makes sense to me. I'm gonna take that as fact.
Making it personal.
Yes. We could.
It's on the internet now. It's fact.
We got just sources say. That's all we have to put there is sources say.
People are saying, not us, but people.
No. Have you made the transition from a grill guy to a smoker guy yet in the backyard?
Oh yeah, I got both.
Okay.
I mean, we've had the smoker for a while. That was like Sanderson Farms in Jackson. They're like the best tea gift of the year, and they give out a green egg every year. So,
nice.
In-laws have a green egg. My old coach has one. We got one. It's great. So
you're charcoal, not pellet, then?
Yeah.
Oh man, pellet's cheating. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, my egg was free, so that's if I had a choice, I love free shit. So,
Oh,
All right, next segment.
The only reason I asked that because, all right, yeah, I feel like there was just a transition in life whenever you're like, you know what, I'm done with grilling. I need to up my game.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, though, I feel like I'm the opposite way. Like I would say I've transitioned out of it because I'm like, when the fuck do I have 8 hours to fucking smoke something right now?
That's what I
Like
can't.
When we got it, like we used to, let's do a brisket for just because it's Sunday or something. It's like now we're going to Chick-fil-A twice. So
Yep.
Yes.
not on Sunday.
Not on Sunday.
It's the worst. Which is the worst. My two biggest things. Okay. That not being open on Sunday, and then how does Chipotle still not make breakfast burritos? Like what?
That's
fuck are we
a
doing?
great question.
dude, love Chipotle.
Could you
It's like
eat a
one of the
breakfast burrito
best
that
chain.
big? Because I feel like a breakfast. Yeah, I guess you could. I mean, that was my first thought.
You are
like,
not
those things
invited
are like,
to the BLT club or the club. You're out.
It was like a hypothetical. I'm like, man, they got some pretty big old burritos, but yeah.
AK doesn't eat bacon. He doesn't believe bacon should belong.
Bacon doesn't belong on sandwiches. That's my hot take.
Bacon belongs anywhere you want it.
Heard it from Hubbs. Heard it from Hubbs.
I'm about to get kicked out of the stream probably for that just comment alone. Okay, golfing with the boys segment. I'll kick it off. What is the bet? This is a contentious, very contentious. No. What's the best format to play in group setting? Because I'm a big stroke play, like captain's choice. You play by the strokes. A lot of people like playing skins in playing with the boys. So what's your take? What say you?
Yeah, I like to do, because I mean most of the time, like when I'm playing with my boys, like I don't really ever go on any golf trips really with like other pros. So most of the time I'm playing with guys who are, just okay if I'm on a golf trip and are there more to drink and have fun. So I like to do the wheel where, you do like every 6 holes. You switch teams every 6 holes. So like each guy gets to be my partner for 6 holes. So it's just a little more fair. But I mean, I love match play. I just think, and especially in terms of like having people at various, skill levels, I think it's just the most fair to have strokes and just have match plays. Cause like if you're doing stroke play, like my buddy Jesse at my club, like he'll make a few birdies, but then he'll also make like a 17 on a hole. And it's like, okay, well now the match is over if we're not playing match play. So
now we're talking.
I like the wheel. I do like skins. If I'm with guys that are good and we're going to definitely play, some sort of money game. It doesn't have to be huge, but I do love Wolf. Wolf's a lot of fun.
Yes.
I've heard of Wolf. Tex.
Yeah. It's just nice because you gotta call, you gotta have a strategy going into it. And then your strategy kind of changes based on, how people are playing, how they're hitting it, who your partner is going to be. And like you have to call it while the ball's in the air. So anything can happen. And, when you go lone wolf, it's that extra fun kind of, not only are you putting confidence in yourself, but it's a big fuck you to your friends. So it's always nice.
I like that.
There's nothing better than that on the course.
Yeah. 100%.
Turn around and
maybe
the Hubbard.
The Hubbard. Give him the Hubbard.
Tex.
So are you familiar with Extra Tough boots?
No.
Okay. So those are the boots that that everybody wears.
There goes that question.
When you're in Myrtle Beach, when you go to Myrtle Beach, just look around and all the teenage dudes are wearing Extra Tough boots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking them up right now.
Oh,
Well, anyway,
They're just like rubber boots.
oh, dude, they're the best boots in the world. They're the
All
best
right.
boots. I'm of the opinion the extra tough boots should make extra tough golf shoes because you're out there in the morning, lots to do. Your shoes are getting all wet. Your socks end up wet because you're out there walking around, or they've run the sprinklers overnight, or whatever, and it's wet, and you're soaked down there. So extra tough golf shoes would be the way to go.
Yeah, I think a lot of our shoes are relatively waterproof because they're using a lot of leather and stuff. But I think, and I'm not saying it's a bad idea because I definitely think there'd be a market for it. But I think your market is caddies because like my caddy constantly struggling to find a shoe that's waterproof, and like there's times where it's like the shoe is supposedly waterproof, but at Torrey Pines you're walking in wet 6-inch rough. Like you need a boot like that that's all the way around waterproof. That's kind of high. So I think that's your in, and then some players see it and maybe like it and try it and get them.
I think those would be.
But I think that's your in. That's your
Look at Hubb's here,
the
marketing
shoe of the caddy. Extra tough boots.
Yeah. Sounds like a perfect.
And Tex has no connection to
There you
extra tough except that he likes them.
I have like 3 pairs, so
he'll literally wear them anywhere. It's like, hey,
I wear them everywhere.
Extra toughs.
I had a boat, but I sold it. I used to wear them all the time on the boat, but
when it sat in his yard, he'd just go out there and stand on it.
Had to throw in that he had the boat, but he sold it. Couldn't just say I used to wear them all the time on the boat. I had a boat.
Sold it. Yeah. Outgrew it. Too many kids.
Well, now I wear extra toughs in solidarity.
Yep.
Here's where I'm at for golfing with the boys, because we've talked to a few people that have played with pros, and they say like playing with a pro is usually boring because it's tee box, fairway, 2-putt, tee box, fairway, 1-putt. When you're playing with the boys, do you just shank one just for shits and giggles, just to like say like, I'm one of the guys.
I'm out here looking for my ball.
I'm actually I'm exceptional at topping it on purpose.
There you go.
Like one of the best of all time. So if you need that for your ego, I got you.
Respect.
Me too. I do it all the time.
All right. So let's plan your next career move after golf. So you joined the WWE. I need to know. It's a 3-part question. 1, what is going to be your stage name? 2, what's going to be your theme song to come out to? And then 3, who's going to be your tag team partner? And it's got to be a current PGA player.
That one's the easy part of the question. Let's see. I mean, I think I'm in the mood for Yo Soy Fiesta. So I think we're just going to go with Fiesta. And my theme song is going to be Red Solo Cup, R.I.P.
Man. Yeah.
And I'm just going to get the party started, and I'm going to come out and just crush a drink and smash the cup on my head and get going. And my partner is going to be the one, the only Harry Higgs, and he is going to belly flop from the top deck on some people. It's going to be awesome.
With his chest hair hanging out down to the V-neck.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking their legs out. They're on the ground, and he's coming in and just pancaking.
Yes.
Here comes the Rob Van Dam.
He seems like a character.
Frog splash.
He's the best, man. Yeah.
Butch.
Dude, I sent them a screenshot of Harry Higgs earlier today.
That's not Harry Higgs.
That's not Harry Higgs, dude. Oh.
Oh, that's not Harry Higgs. Whoops. There you go. Hey, not advice.
Wait a minute. Let me see.
I was wondering why you sent that. I'm like, what is it?
For those of you listening, Bush
Reference
just
to the
showed
article.
a picture of somebody that was not the guy that he
So honestly,
I thought.
I think that was like when you open up the PGA Tour app and it has like an ad that like won't go up.
I thought
I think that was just some
Oh, yeah.
random club
Here he
pro
is.
like in
There
the
we go.
ad.
There
Just
we go.
popped up.
Is that your boy right there? Is that
You're
your tag team
exactly
partner?
right. It's like,
Yes.
hey, is that your family over
Give me
there in the
that.
photo frame?
All right,
Oh,
I
no,
got
that's-
honorable mention for favorite club. That guy was my favorite club pro that nobody knows
All
where
right, I'll
he's
see
the
you
club
later,
pro
guys.
at.
Yeah, we got to figure out who that guy is.
Who is it?
Oh,
It's like the model in the chair model in The Office. I don't know if you watch The Office. But I haven't. Is it appropriate to bring your own clubs to Top Golf?
I mean, it's tough because it's like I've done it and I feel like the biggest douchebag ever.
Oh, yep.
Like
I've
with my
heard-
logos and just, oh my God, it's disgusting. But at the same time, it's like, if I'm gonna go hit balls for 2 hours, I'm not using these pieces of
Dude,
shit. So
those things are
honestly, it depends on what's going on, who I'm with. If I'm actually gonna like try and, play good golf, like, yeah, I'll bring a couple of my own. But most of the time I usually just end up like hitting lefty shots and just like fucking around like that. So and
I
I'll
feel
use-
like you have to. Like Top Golf is like like an NBA player playing knockout with somebody. Like they could easily lose just because they can get like the short target or whatever. That would be so frustrating if I was in your shoes.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think the play is to just bring like 3 or 4 clubs and just walk in with them in your hand and like not bring your whole bag and all your head covers and your logo. I think that's probably the play.
Well, I
I
can
have
tell you
been
the first time I ever went to Top Golf, I brought my whole bag because I was like, I'm a lefty. I don't know what it's going to be like. So I brought my whole bag. I'm walking through. I'm the only dude with him carrying like 3 drinks. I'm like, what is going on? I thought this was a driving range. So I've been there looking like a complete hardo.
Dude, yeah, they make you feel rough for it because you got to walk through the whole bar. Like there's a bunch of people there that like don't even know that there's golf going on. They're just there to party.
Yeah, they're like, this asshole brought his clubs. Let's make him go to the far bay.
Yeah, I was like, whoops.
I do
Tough
whenever
look.
somebody goes.
Tough look, but I've been there for sure.
Yes.
Let's get to the pro ones.
Hey, let's get to the pro. Here we go. Okay. I will kick it off again. Is there a snack routine during a tournament, and how badly do you ever just want to get a dog at the turn? Or can you, or have you? And if not, I have a business idea.
I would say the only time I have done that, I want one every time. Let's start there. The only time I will is the Napa tournament. They have burger dogs at the turn, and they are absolutely incredible. But they haven't had them the last couple years, so that's been super disappointing. They've been on like the far end of the course, but that's really the only time I've done that. I usually eat pretty unhealthy in my off weeks, but pretty healthy on the course. And I try and be healthy during the week. So not a whole lot of hot dogs for me during tournaments, but yeah, I mean, I'm getting at least one, if not 2 or 3, if I'm playing with the boys for sure.
What if they make a protein bar that would just taste it like a dog at the turn?
That's disgusting.
That'd be a little mind pretzel, but how about that business idea? Be like, hey, you don't want to get a dog at the turn?
You got to put it in a bun?
Yeah, I mean, but just like a bar that was like hot dog flavored. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, like dog at the turn. Yeah,
dude, there's a reason why that hasn't been created yet.
Yeah,
for the golfers.
Somebody definitely thought of that before and made it, and then took one bite and was like, "Fuck, this is
terrible." You got 2
just
protein
think-
bars.
I think things that have been taken a bunch of different shit, put it into a blender and made into something should then not also be taken and put into a blender with more shit and made into
something else.
It's like the equivalent of like
you're just adding some muscle milk.
Like
I was just throwing that out there as a business idea. I'd be like, yeah, dog at the turn. Protein bars. Grab yours.
The thing we learned here was
if you make it, I promise I'll try it.
It's always the turn at dog at the turn protein bars. All right, sorry.
We got the marketing
after this.
Product. It's not any good. Marketing's there.
All right, so we've hit 1 for 2 on both products so far.
All right, who's J-Vi? You want to go next?
I think Dylan's trying to go.
Go ahead, Dylan.
So if you're playing with us, all right, and we're going off the tee, and we go OB, are you gonna let us drop from where we went out, or are you gonna be the jerk and make me re-tee?
I mean, what are we playing for? Let's start there.
Oh,
no,
that matters.
Dogs at the turn.
Yes.
Dude, I think rules are one of the biggest things keeping golf from being more popular. Like, I think our
like
rules,
wearing a shirt on the course.
But just like our rules are there's a lot of subjectivity to them. They're constantly changing. They're all over the place. Like the thing that Rory got penalized for at Pebble, like taking unplayable, up until 2019, you just dropped it on the line with the flag. Then from 2019 to 2023, you got a club length from that line. And then we changed it back in 2003. It's like, we're talking about a yard. What the fuck are we doing, guys? Like, this isn't important. Like, we're trying to attract an audience. Like, this isn't what's changing people. Like, there was a guy last year who was on the Corn Ferry Tour and got penalized 2 shots. They were playing lift, clean, and place. And he lift, clean, and placed his ball, and then it rolled, and he just played it from where it rolled to, and you have to put it back. But we're talking about an inch, like in the fairway placed like 1 inch, and he lost his card because of that. It's like, what are we fucking doing? So the rules in general are like confusing and like a lot of stuff. But then like the casual golfer, like play whatever fucking tee you want, like play whatever rules you want, like just go out and have fun. Like you're not in a tournament, like do what if you want to hit a mulligan, hit a mulligan. If you want to drop it instead of like when I'm playing with my dad or something and we're playing a course we've never played, like, inevitably you'll hit a shot that you think is good and you'll go up there and there's like a lake through or whatever, or you just don't find your ball in the rough. Like my dad is the best at that. He's always like, this is bullshit. Like if I was on tour, there'd be like 20 people here that would have found my ball. Like I'm just dropping one. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like drop it.
Drop it.
And have fun with it. Like who cares?
Okay, so Hub, what's
It's a
the
common
dumbest rule in
thing.
golf?
What's that?
So we would all agree the dumbest rule right now in the NFL has to be the fumble going into the end zone is touchback for the other team.
No, dude,
All
that's
right,
not a dumb rule.
No,
That's not a dumb
not
rule.
a
that
dumb
is
rule.
the
No.
dumbest
The
The
rule.
dumbest
No.
rule,
No.
defensive
No.
holding first down.
Holding
Yes,
for first
that is
down.
the
No.
dumbest rule.
You're all wrong. The
No.
dumbest rule is the Chiefs never get called for holding on the offensive line in the Super Bowl.
Oh, here we go.
3 times in a row.
Here we
That's the
go.
dumbest rule in
Okay,
sports.
all right, let it go.
All
Your
right, y'all
team, your
lost.
team
Y'all
plays the
ruined my
Chiefs
block.
once every 5 years.
Jeez,
Hubs
dude.
and I play
Oh
the Chiefs
my
twice
God.
a year, every year. We
I
know
know
what
it's-
it's like to play the Chiefs.
But how are you not on board with that? They get away with all the holds.
Come on.
Well, we beat them in the regular season. We just can't beat them in the playoffs.
Okay. So, Hubs, what's the dumbest golf rule?
Oh man, the dumbest golf rule. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people don't like the divots from the fairway. I actually like that. I think my favorite part about golf is, having to hit different shots from different lies and be creative and stuff. So I don't really love the idea of just a, free drop every time. But I do think it's just like it's the small rules like that where it's just like, we're talking about an inch or really for me what it is, and I thought we got rid of this like when John Rahm got penalized, at Memorial for his ball moving in the rough on like high definition camera. Like I just think we really got to get to a point where it's like, did it like take away from the tournament? Like, did he gain an advantage on the rest of the field? And did he do it intentionally? Like, was there intention and is he getting an advantage? And if the answer is no, and you can't, like, there's reasonable doubt that like he doesn't know that his ball's moving because the only way you can see it is a high definition camera slowed down. Like, it didn't affect like anything. So that stuff kind of bugs me. Like the fact that you could be doing everything, you agree with all of your playing competitors, like this is where it crossed, this is where it, I should drop, like this is where I saw it go in, you agree, whatever. And then some guy on his couch can look at the TV and be like, well, no, actually, it was 10 yards further, so it's a 2-stroke, stuff.
And they'll
like
let
that.
you know. There's people on Twitter that are like watching that stuff.
Oh, 100%. No, I mean, I like at Waste Management. So that same thing, we were playing lift, clean, and place, and I knew that kid had gotten a penalty. So the same thing happened to me. I like placed my ball and then it kind of rolled a little bit, and I was like, I don't know what to do. So I called a rules official, and we waited for a rules official for like 8 minutes. Like I was right by the green. I should have been out of that hole in 2 minutes, and I was there for 15. The group behind is on the tee waiting, and the whole reason was because I looked up and like the camera's pointed right at me, and I'm like, this rule affects nobody. Like whether I play it from, right here or right here, like it's not going to make a difference to anybody. We're playing lift, clean, and place. My lie's going to be great either way. Fairways are perfect. I'm just going to chip it up to 2 feet. Let's go to the next hole. I have to wait 15 minutes and like ruin our flow and the group behind. Like my guys go, and it's like, what's the point? Like, how is this watchable on TV? But the whole reason I'm nervous about it is because I know cameras pointing at me, and Joe Schmo in Iowa or whatever, like, can call in and be like, he played it from an inch in the wrong spot, like DQ.
I got it right here.
I don't like that.
Here we
He's
go.
definitely calling in
I
from
got a
Kansas.
hypothetical here. So you're playing
Kansas
with
City.
your brother, and it's a exceptionally dew covered green, and you got like a 30 foot putt, and instead of throwing his ball in the air to him across the green because we're playing captain's choice, you roll it to him slowly, and it might give you like a old school Tiger Vision view of the hole, and then you sink said 30 foot putt. Is that a foul?
Yeah, I actually think there's a rule for that.
Thank you.
You're not allowed to roll it on the line.
Vindicated.
Is that a PGA rule though? Is that
Is that a
Actually in the
PGA
rule
rule?
book.
Is that just like these golf rules, eh?
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, our rule book is ginormous. But the thing about golf that differentiates us is like it is a supposed gentleman's game, and we're like there to manage each other. And I think for the most part we do that. Like, there's 2 to 3 people in your group. You're watching what people are doing. Most of the time, like, you're playing against yourself. You're not playing against the other person. There's really not a lot of cheaters. And the ones that are, like, get a bad rep, they get outed. And so it's like, either have a rules official who just follows every group the entire time and officiates it like they do every other sport, or let us manage ourselves, because there's just not a lot of cheating, but there's a lot of bullshit.
Mm.
Oh, I like
But
it.
when you're playing with your brother, it's all good.
No,
No, if he did that shit, I'd be like, what are you doing?
he did, and I called him on
Nailed
it.
it.
I called
Nailed
him on. I said,
this
you can't do
happened.
that.
I told just nice,
Love it.
Literally, you know,
gave me a nice curvature of the green.
Text.
He did
I
step
want-
up
I
there.
want-
and
that
he
goes
asked
to
me
my
a
It's a 30 foot
question.
putt. It's a 30 foot putt.
That goes to my thing. Was there intent? Absolutely. Did he gain an advantage? 100%.
Give me your
Penalty.
card right
Easy.
now, virtually. Give it to me. Put it in my hand. Put it in my hand. Give it to me. I'm gonna take it.
Text. Ask your question. I love your question.
Okay, so Costco was recently in the news because they're getting sued by, I believe it's Callaway, because their clubs were so close, and they also
TaylorMade.
Costco. There's TaylorMade. Okay, another company is suing them, but they also have exceptionally good balls. They're the most popular tour name ball in the world, and the hardest ball to find. So if Costco offered you a sponsorship deal where you got free groceries for life, would you use their clubs and balls?
No.
Mm.
What I will say is I do love a good Costco hot dog.
Yes.
I definitely survived in high school on going to Costco, getting a hot dog or a slice of pizza for whatever, the couple bucks, and then just crushing samples the rest of the time. So that was great. I do love Costco. What I will say, it's not even so much that I haven't tried their clubs, or I think they might be. We have no use for shopping there because like everything comes in bulk, and we're never in the same place for more than a week or two. So it's like, what do I do with 4 cartons of milk? Like I use one and I throw 3 cartons of milk away. So I do love Costco. We're both part of the Costco exclusive membership executive club. That should be another club.
Ooh,
Humble brag.
Wow.
But yeah,
I
it's not a
thought
big
I
deal,
thought
but
he was going with he was
part
the
of a
Sam's
very
guy.
exclusive club. But we like the amount of times we actually go there. The only time we go there really is to buy booze. Like if we're having a party and we'll go like buy cups,
You do need
plates,
that in bulk.
booze,
Yes.
maybe like chips and salsa and stuff like that. But like the rest of just actual groceries is just not that useful for our lifestyle. And it's,
Fair enough.
I mean, it's just mayhem in there. Like it's just complete anarchy. It's fucking awesome. You can go in and like buy an arcade game and like a golf cart and shrimp and all this stuff. But it's just like getting in and out of there. Like the receipt checking process is just like, what are we doing, guys?
The 2 places that have kept prices the same over the years are Augusta National and Costco.
Yeah,
You can always
true.
to go. I thought you were going to make that your GOAT club. You're going to change
one quality, one quantity.
J-Vi, did you have one?
Yeah, I got one, and then I also have like a serious golf question, but I'll ask the other one first. But so say you round 1, you fire off a low score, feeling good about yourself. that happens to us when we play DraftKings too. Like our guys will go hot first day, but if your team goes hot, you're reminded by everybody it's day one. Do your boys humble you and tell you, hey, bud, day one, let's go out there and get it tomorrow too?
No, I think honestly it's the other way around. Like if I play well the first round, like the amount of texts I get, just like congratulations, and I'm like, yeah, there's 3 more rounds that I could easily fuck this up. Like, there's
a lot that can happen.
It was a great day, but like text, like I should only get texts evaluating my performance on Monday. Like the Thursday
we'll let you know.
Yeah, it's just it's brutal.
Day one.
I appreciate it, but
from here on out.
So I think as golfers, we know that we play a game where more bad stuff happens than good most of the time, even for us. So we're very humble when it comes to that. We're good at not getting ahead of ourselves.
Did you have a follow up?
Yeah. What's your serious question?
My serious question is, so like, I was just doing a shoot. I work in TV production, but I was just doing a shoot with Keegan Bradley, and they were talking about the shot tracker, whatever. But he was saying like how he determines his distance, start the day. He does a ear to ear swing with his 56 or 52, and he knows how far that goes. So then he'll do his ear to ear with the 9, so on and so on. But he also said he has 3 different shots with each club. So my question is, what do you do to determine your distance for that day, and how many shots do you have in the bag?
Yeah, so basically with each iron, I kind of have the same thing. I have 3 different yardages. So I have like a arm parallel, I have feeling, and then I have like where I get my hands basically to my shoulder, like where my hands are like just past my shoulder, and then I have like my full swing. And you just you practice those, incessantly throughout the year, and you kind of overall get an average of what those feels produce with each club for the 3 yardages. And so I have those 3 yardages written in my book. So like for my, pitching wedge, for example, like an arm parallel is 125, like a hands to my shoulders is 135, and a full swing is 145. So when I'm out there and I have 138, I know, okay, this feel is like just past my shoulders. So when you see us out there, taking practice swings and rehearsing, that's kind of what we're feeling. It's just kind of like, okay, it's just a little more, it could be to my shoulders, but then just a little more speed to get those extra 3 yards. So however you want to do it. But yeah, I would say most guys have, 3 yardages, especially with their wedges for sure. But I think probably, 7 iron, 8 iron at least and down. Most guys have kind of 2 to 3 yardages that they just practice a lot. And then come tournament weeks, like there's a couple different, simulators. You got the quad, the full swing, and the TrackMan that you will see guys with the warming up on the range with them. And that's kind of what they're doing. So like, in Arizona, it's a perfect example. Like in the morning, it's 38 degrees. The ball's going nowhere. But then at 9 o'clock, it warms up to 50. And then by noon, it's going to be 75. And so those are 3 really different yardages. So, you'll try and schedule your practice rounds kind of around that. Like you'll want to play like one afternoon round, one morning round to see how differently the ball flies. And then, when we were playing in Arizona, it was 40 degrees. Like I had my thing out there, like, okay, this is how far, these are my yardages, what they're supposed to go, but this is how far they're actually going. And then you can kind of get a better idea out there. So,
wow.
It's so wild. I do have to ask this. How that 16th hole, like, holy mo, like, what is that like? That is like, I watch it on camera and I'm like, that's incredible.
It's honestly, it's the best part of that tournament. 16, 17, 18 is super high energy, like crazy big stands, a ton of people, but it's also like relatively contained and well managed. So I mean, you do have like, you get heckled and it's loud as shit, and like you have crazy stuff going on, but it's like they're in the stands, like they're not like on top of you. The rest of the course is kind of anarchy because it's just the same amount of people, but they're on the same level as you, just behind a rope. And it's like, what's stopping 50 drunk guys from just coming and tackling me? Like, so
it's true. I didn't even think about that.
It's kind of like the difference between like the the NFL and the NBA. Like you guys, people sitting courtside that can like actually affect the game versus the NFL. Like I can cheer heckle all I want from 40 feet back. I'm not going to do anything. So that I love the 16th hole. It's so much fun. It makes me miss like basketball days and just playing other competitive sports, like just that kind of road environment where it's loud and the energy like I always take off like 5 to 8 yards on my distance just because I know I'm going to be juiced up and hit it a little further on that hole. Like it's great, but in terms of that tournament, like it is rowdy, but it's almost like the most controlled environment, if that makes sense.
I mean, it does the way you put it. It's like, yeah, everybody's in the, like when we played, you play football stadiums, like there's a wall and then they're way up high out of the way.
Yeah.
Like that's a good perspective.
And that course too, like if you went and played it, just during the year, whatever, it's pretty boring. But when you put all the grandstands up, like that hole, like if you played it without the grandstands, you wouldn't even recognize it. Like it looks like the most boring hole ever. And you put all the grandstands up and it's shaped so nicely and it's so loud, and the ones on the left are higher than the ones on the right. So like the wind kind of swoops in and goes a different direction than it necessarily is, on the other holes. And there's a lot going on. So it's super fun. I love that hole.
That's awesome. Butch P, did you have a question?
So you played basketball, right? Who was the best basketball player that you played against?
That I played with, or that who's the best on tour,
or against, or no, just in general.
I didn't play against anybody that I can really think of that was like incredible, but we did go to this tournament my freshman year. I was like swinging JV and varsity, and we went to this tournament in Indianapolis, and LeBron was there. And like I think I grew probably like 5 or 6 inches my freshman year to sophomore year. So I was probably like 5'2" or 5'3" and like 115 pounds. Like I don't even know, my freshman year. And we were there, and I was our 2 guard, and like he was playing 2, and our team sucked. Like we didn't make it anywhere, but I saw him play. Like we knew who he was. And I just remember being like, if we were good, like I would have to guard him. And like he could just, he would drive and he would like take the ball in one hand and then pick me up in the other hand and just dunk us both. Like what was I gonna do?
I have a similar story to that. We went and seen LeBron, St. Vincent St. Mary's, of course, out of Ohio. He played we played in a dominated conference in basketball. Like I didn't play, but we went watch. Notable Chris Paul was in our conference. So obviously we played the game. We would lose by 40. Chris Paul would drop 40 easily, hands down. We walk out. Well, they weren't even the best team in the conference. This other team with Rayshawn Terry. Well, LeBron played Rayshawn at the Greensboro Coliseum. They beat them by like 60. You're talking like our state champions, like 4 years in a row. LeBron comes down here and just like mollywops them across the court.
Yeah,
he wasn't even warming up with the people. He was pulling up from the half court line, draining it, as just putting on a show. And I was like, man, this guy is phenomenal.
It's great. Just so much more athletic at such a young age than anybody, and then his skill set just has never stopped developing. It's been pretty impressive. I mean, I was a really good Colorado basketball player, which is the equivalent to absolutely nothing. So I can't touch any of those guys. Beat and nothing. And like I definitely like, and maybe this is like a thing where I have it in my head because golf is so much like that, where you get this scratch at your club being like, yeah, if I really worked hard for 2 years, I could play on tour. And you're just like, I'm the other way. I'm like, yeah, I could shoot pretty good. If I played LeBron, in high school versus me in high school, he would have beat me 10-0 every single time if we played one-on-one. Like, I'm not scoring a single point. There's no way.
Do you have the guy in your group that's like, yeah, I shot a 73 the other day, and then he goes out there to play. He's like, I'm not feeling it. I'm not connecting today. I don't know what's wrong with me. Is there a guy?
Yeah, no, I mean, we the course I play at, we do have some pretty good sticks, but they're all pretty realistic about it. they play a lot of like mid-am stuff and even
Oh.
some senior am. Like they're solid. Like when I go out there, I have to play well or I'm gonna lose money. But none of them are. Yeah, they all know that they have no chance. I think they come watch enough events and just see the difference and talking to me and knowing me and stuff like that. That really is the biggest difference maker, is just like the way our courses are set up. Like there's no way to compare it to just like normal golf courses, like how much firmer and faster our courses are, how much higher the rough is, like how much more penal your misses are. It's just, it's one of those things that there's just no way to kind of comprehend it until you get there. And it's the same for like going from, the mini tours to the Korn Ferry Tour to the PGA Tour. Like when you're on the mini tours, like, and you win, you're thinking you're great. And then you go to the next level and you're like, whoa, this is way fucking harder. And I got to play a different type of game. And same thing from Korn Ferry to PGA. That jump probably is the biggest one. It's just the setup out there is just so different.
So before we lose you, I want to make sure that you ask. So what type of advice would you give to all of us? I would say are probably in the 18 to 23 handicap, with the exception of Tex that might be like double digit, or triple digit. But what would be the piece of advice to go out and, hey, you want to lower your score and enjoy the game more? Work on this. This is what I would tell anybody that is in that situation.
Well, if I were to say enjoy the game more, I would say, like, don't worry about it. The amount of people that, get pissed when they miss a putt or flub a chip or something like that. And I'm like, when was the last time you went to the chipping green? Oh, never? Then don't get mad at that. So either just have fun with it. Like you said, like, fuck out of bounds, like just drop one. Like play whatever frequency you want.
Drink another beer.
Either enjoy it, or if you are trying to get better, I would say like chipping, like around the greens is where I definitely see, kind of that 10 to 20 handicapper lose the most. If you just like figured out one go-to shot, like one go-to club, whether it's getting a different club or just figuring out a different shot, just to get it on the green and know that you're going to have a par putt and, something inside 20 feet, and at worst make bogey every time, but like the flub and then the skull over the green and then the like 3 putt out of frustration.
It's like you watched
it's hilarious, and I do watch it a lot, but it's
how do you know?
It's like, and it's such an easy fix by just like, taking one lesson or one pointer, or just practicing a little and just finding like one shot that you can repeat. Like you don't need to have all the shots. You don't need to have a flop and a bump and run and blah, blah, blah. Just like have one go-to shot that you can just get it somewhere on the green and give yourself a chance at par. Like the amount of bogeys that are turned into doubles and triples, like that's where the 20 handicapper can easily become like a 12 or a 13 overnight.
It's all short game.
Or if you're Tex, you just play early in the morning when the dew's all over the green, and you just roll balls.
And drill 30-foot putts. You drill 30-foot putts.
Thank you.
You see the lines from everybody else that played before you.
Yes.
I'm also the guy who brings a fishing pole in my golf bag, and I'm like, while we're waiting, I'm fishing in the ponds there. I'm like, what's out there?
I saw that on the sheet. I love that.
I was gonna ask.
Never stop.
I won't. I will never. Because my dad's yelling at me. What are you doing over there? I'm like, I'm just killing the time. What's out here? I want to know.
He also has his kid on his back still,
Yeah.
so his
Yes.
dad's really asking him that. What are you doing over there?
Hypothetically, could you beat us in a 1v4 captain's choice?
Mini golf.
Captain's choice is like scramble.
Yeah. Like we have to take the best shot every time we do it.
I mean, I don't know your games, but
You can beat us.
I would super like to try. That would be fun. We should definitely do it.
Depends on
sometime.
how dew covered the greens are. Don't get me on.
Yeah,
Don't get me on green.
Yeah. 7 to
Yeah.
18.
It depends on how dew cover the greens are and how much they're biting, because you might be down to 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
We have my golf club as those are flying over practicing.
Be prepared to drink about 30 mini cooler banquet beers too.
I'm in.
Wait, look, I'll get the dog at the turn protein bars. We'll just be crushing dogs at the turn every hole.
I'll be throwing up.
I'm out on that. I will definitely have 2 or 3 hot dogs, and I'm down for 30 stubbies, but I'm out on the double blended bar.
We do captain's choice at Top Golf. We all have to bring our bags. All of us. What was I? There was one more. Oh,
Dude, if you play in the Wyndham, we'll have boots on the ground.
Oh yeah,
Love it.
Or Hilton Head
or Wells Fargo. Well, it's not Wells Fargo anymore, right?
No, it still is this year.
I don't know. I don't know if we went over that, but we're.
Yeah. I think. Let me look at the schedule. Oh.
Yeah, we're all down on the East Coast. I'm in the eastern part of North Carolina, and
okay.
I'm in
we're just
Atlanta,
south of
so
Winston-Salem.
I'm trying to get boots in Augusta this year. So
okay.
I do want to ask, how many caddies can you have at once legally? Could we all be like the team of caddies?
Yeah, but I mean, as a fan, you can kind of be a 4 caddy. Like
we can
just go ahead. Like my family and like everybody's families and wives do that. Like they're never on the tee box when we're hitting. They're always ahead, just in case. Like
so
yeah,
I like that.
It's a thing. Yeah.
What kind of ball do you hit so we can all have like 50 of them stashed? Like, there it is. It's right here.
Kirkland. That's why they're so hard to find.
With the middle finger drawn on it.
Stash them, yeah. Exactly.
Some idiots up there on the green spraying water all over the green. It looks like dew.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hope I'm at Hilton Head, so that would be a good one too. That's like it goes Bay Hill and then Hilton Head is the next signature event after that. So right now looking decent for that. So that'd be cool if you guys are there.
Yeah.
Gonna get the win. The win.
I love Wyndham, so I'll almost definitely be there. But yeah.
This is the year you get the win.
I think so too. I think last year, I was figuring out where my floor was and getting that a little higher. And this year I think is about finding out how high the ceiling can be. So I'm excited.
Let's go.
Well, we all knew you were going to win last week if they hadn't called it. So
yeah,
we were already on it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I mean, the biggest thing with that, like you were talking about, following up your fantasy lineup or your DraftKings lineup with when you got a good one, like, man, it is really fucking hard to follow up a 60. So in my mind, I'm like, I know Wyndham's playing well, but like the amount of times you see, I mean, even Nick Taylor last week when he won, like he shot 60 the first round, and I think he shot like 70 or 71 the second round. Like it's just really hard to follow it up. So in my head, I'm like, I'm 3 back, but he's probably only going to shoot 1 under tomorrow. So I only got to shoot 4. Like that's very doable at a course I've played 200-300 times. So
I can't wait.
That's what I always tell him too. It's like even today, like Cantlay going 7 under, like he's not going 28 under at Riviera.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, is he a great golf? Absolutely. But
but
the reality of it, he's not putting 7 under 4 days in a row. Yeah.
No, the lead is 7 under, and it also doesn't mean that it's going to be 14 under tomorrow. Like it'll probably be like 10, and then it'll probably be like 14 and 16, 17 under the win. Just because it's 7 under the first day doesn't mean it's going to be 28.
But Butch also thought that when he was watching Cantlay, he was actually watching JT play. He just thought it was Cantlay.
He
What did Harry Higgs shoot?
No.
Harry!
We're going to be rattling that one.
I'm coming up.
All right, y'all finish up. I'm getting texts about helping with the kid because he's crying.
Yeah,
so I got a piece, but y'all finish up.
Mine are still asleep. So
let's go.
All right, hey, we appreciate you coming on. You stay as long as you want, the boys, or you can peace out too. But I gotta head.
Yeah.
All right,
I think
later.
We'll meet you.
Yeah, it's about that time. Hubbs, I gotta say, we're gonna do everything that we can to try and get you that social media bonus this year, man. So
yes,
appreciate it.
If they're like, who the hell are the Millie goats that just continuously just keep pounding your social media accounts? If you win that, always wants a shout out and some media credentials.
I love it. I'm all for it. I appreciate you guys, and let me know if there's anything I can do to help. But I do want one of those shirts. That's awesome.
Yes.
The shirt's coming. So yeah, get with AK after this, and we'll DM the thing.
We have those, and we
Yeah.
have a koozie.
And
Nice.
hey, Dylon, put the bird emblem that you have on a sleeve of Kirkland balls and do that.
This one right here. Y'all weren't on earlier.
I want that shirt.
Here, we showed the shirt. Yeah, I finally made it.
When you did that, we went right to the lab. I was like, that has to be, we have to immortalize that
we
somehow.
spent the entire afternoon trying to come up with a design that was appropriate and that we weren't going to get like some type of copyright.
I didn't want to get
from
I didn't want to get anybody in.
CBS.
Yeah. I didn't want to get anybody in trouble.
Yeah.
I was like,
no,
I don't
you're
really want to. So, but we didn't want to get anybody in trouble. That was the big thing.
You can't get your media badge revoked if you don't have one. So
it's true. That's very true.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up, AK.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for coming on, man. This was an absolute blast. This was really cool.
I
I'm glad
appreciate it. Anytime, boys.
All the insight, all the extra tough caddy golf boots, those things, all that stuff.
And that's the market.
We'll see you at the Moana premiere for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And
I'll see y'all before that at one of the East Coast tournaments.
Oh yes.
We just hope
tell Harry for me that he missed a good chance at FedEx endorsement.
Yeah, he missed the tip for that.
You know, we're rooting for you, man. This was awesome. Thank you for coming on.
Yep.
I appreciate it, guys. We'll talk soon.
All right.
All right.
All right, later.
See ya.
End it.
Yep.